coffee, chills, and whispers in the dark.
Pennsylvania, a house on Chase Street, white sidings, simple shutters, the kind of home you pass throughout just a second glance, like you wouldn't even notice it at all. But inside, the walls are kept secret. Whispers, shadows, screams, no one could explain. For 15 years, the Smurl family lived in the house. 15 years of doubt, 15 years of dormant. And tonight, we step inside with them. Welcome, Brewjas, to another gathering of Brewja Coffee Hour. I'm your host, Dannie Oliveros, your Brewja of the night, here to pour you a story as heavy as air in that haunted home. And of course, we cannot begin without tonight's cup. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Dannie. This is my spooky caffeinated podcast where we talk about anything that is spooky, somewhat true crime sometimes, but I try to stay on the spooky side. And I wanted to do something different. So if you're new here, I'm kind of wanted to do a coffee ritual or like any caffeine ritual. So a coffee ritual is like a routine that you do like in the morning, or whatever the time you have your teas, your coffee. And I wanted to create one with you guys where we're drinking, or like, for example, I lit up a candle and I made this cool drink that I made for the inspiration of this episode and in spooky season. So, we're going to call this a ritual. So I'm going to be making rituals for you in the podcast. Maybe you guys might like my ritual. Maybe you guys might have one and would like to share with me. So yeah. So tonight I'm sipping on a pumpkin spice brown sugar shaken espresso. As you can see and visualize, I'm already drinking half of it. It's a bold espresso poured over ice, shaken with pumpkin spice syrup. I'm using the one from Morton. I love their flavor. I normally would make my own, but I just got lazy today, I'm not gonna lie. And then I shook it with a little bit of brown sugar, just not too much, just a very tiny bit. And I shookened it with pumpkin spice powder instead of cinnamon. It's so good. Recommend it. And it's sweet, it's spice, it's familiar. It's the perfect shield against the unknown. And if you want a little sweetness, I would recommend to top it off, because I do a splash. I like to put a lot of ice, and I like to do 3 shots of espresso in my drinks. There's this drink from Trader Joe's. It's like a oat milk creamer, brown sugar flavor. That with this, it's perfect. It's like the perfect ice drink for the season or all year round if you love fall. So that's what it is. So pour yourself something, coffee, tea, even water will do. Hold it close. Feel the weight in your hands, because here we're here to sip in this ritual, and every ritual awakens something. So the haunting didn't begin with fire and fury. At first, it was subtle. Tools vanished from Jack's workshop. Pipes banged up when no one used the water. Dark stains appear on walls, then vanish. And then appliances sparked and caught fire without warning. And the smell of rotting flesh drifted through rooms to rooms throughout the house. And even afters of cleaning, the scent will come back. So nasty. So years pass. By the late 1970s, the house has grown violent. Mattresses shook in the night. A shadowy dark mask appeared at the foot of the beds. The family dog was hurled up against the wall, barking, afraid. And then the attacks turned personal. So Janet Smurl claimed that she was being dragged from her bed, paralyzed, assaulted by something she couldn't see. And then Jack was whispered by supposedly a succubus, a female demon that would force itself on him. And these details I guess they were too dark and too disturbing for Hollywood, but the truths were the Smurls swore by that this happened. When Ed and Lorraine Warren entered the Smurl home in 1986, they didn't find silence. They described... Ooh, did you see that? Did you see that? The Ed described an energy so heavy it seemed to press against his chest. Lorraine said she saw a black mass swirl through the rooms, shifting like smoke that wouldn't dispense. And they claim they have captured evidence, guttural voices on the tapes, raps on the walls, and answered through their questions. Crucifix shuddered and fell from its hook. And one night, a mirror dripped with a mucus-like slime spelled out the words, "Get out." To the Warrens, this wasn't a simple haunting. It was a sage of multiple entities, some cruel, some mocking, and at least one that Ed believed was demonic.
Okay, besties, take a second to refill your cafecito, maybe light a candle, and get comfy, because the next part is where the real creeps come in.
But for the Smurls, the Warrens weren't enough, and they needed the church. So I am only going by what I found online. If you do want full stories, it's because I don't want to, ruin movie experience, because I did see the movie. It was really good. I liked the movie. I just wish it was more scarier. I do love that it was about their family. I just wish there was more about the case, but I still liked it. It was a nice ending for the Conjuring universe. I heard there's more. I'm excited for the series, but I'm just going from about the cases, and then also about skeptic views. So after, I guess, I don't know if the Warrens in real life cast out the demons. I'm just going from what articles are saying about it. But if you do follow this girl, her name is Nikki. I'm going to tag her in the notes. She goes full-blown story. I didn't get a chance to finish because she was like at part 10. So she goes very, very into detail. And I just wanted to do an episode about it because I love The Conjuring. They're just great movies. And I feel like you have to like really love it or you're like really scared. And the first one would always it's always be in my heart. It's so creepy, very suspense, and then like just those jaw-dropping like anxieties that you would love to get, or you thrive to get if you're like a movie horror lover like myself. The Smurls, when they went to a church because they needed help, right? So the priest visited and blessings were given for a night or two. The house would grow quiet, then the screams and shadows returned. Neighbors swore they heard cries from the house when no one was home. Visitors described smells of rot and sudden chills, but still, the church hesitated. Some priests said that they saw nothing. Others urged patience. Official exorcisms were denied again and again after requests. That's crazy. And so the Smurls were caught in the cruelest place of all, too tormented to live and too disbelieved to be safe. In 1988, after 15 years, they left the duplex behind. They hoped the demon was bound to that house, but they claim that entities follow. Shadows stretched across the walls of their new home. Growls echoed through the night. Then silence. Whether from the church's eventual rites, the Warren's prayers, activity waned. For the first time in years, the Smurls could sleep because it finally went away. So not everyone believed that. The skeptics pointed that Jack's surgery for swelling in the brain suggested like hallucinations. I don't know if he had brain surgery. I didn't know that until I read some articles about it. Others said stress and hysteria spread through the family like wildfire, and new tenants in the Chase Street duplex reported nothing. For them, the house was just a house. But the Smurls, it had been a prison for them. The Smurl Haunting lasted 15 years. Hollywood gave us flickering shadows and jump scares, but it left out the dark parts, the relentless doubts, the attacks too disturbing to film, and then the silence of the church when the family begged for help. And maybe the true horror of all is to be haunted not just by what lurks in the dark, but the fear that no one will believe you. So, Brewjas, what do you believe? What was the Smurl family under siege by a demon? Or something demonic? Or was it just disbelief itself? Submissions are open now for my creepy cuentos pa la bruja. Share your whispers and your family legends. The stories that will still echo when the lights go out. The link is waiting for you in the show notes. I will be adding those in the show notes. And while you're out there fueling your own rituals, don't forget to support your baristas, whether it's your neighborhood cafe or your favorite chain. A smile, a tip, even just a thank you is all that's part of magic in your cup. And if you like to linger into a haunted glow between this episodes, come find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Lemonade at Brewja Podcast. And I do have a new episode coming out soon. It is a CPR episode, how we have the CPR dummies. Intriguing. Very, very dark history about that, for sure. But until next time, keep your lattes eerie and your spirits high. And just there might be a dark mass at the foot of your bed. Bye, babes. Love yous.